Hari Om to all the Atmajyotis, the divine light of the self foundation. We are back yet again with another interesting and a rare story. Why is it an interesting story and a rare? Yes, it is so because it is not much known in South India, and also it gives a very valuable spiritual as well as a social message not only to the children but also to the humankind. Many of us are very creative. We are even very much interested to imagine a lot, especially children have a very good imagination. Nowadays the school even encourage such imagination. Yes, if you go to school and start learning about science, then you will get to learn about various species that exist in the world. These various species are form the biodiversity in the world. When you learn about it, you would have probably been given with a project to either draw or cut different animals and join them together, like omnivorous, carnivorous, herbivorous, and make a big animal out of different parts of the animal. So it would have been an interesting project to build. Through that, you would have known about different animals and their food eating behavior. So this similar interesting is this story because this also induces the imagination. So let's quickly get into the story. So a very less known story from the Mahabharata. Once when Panja Pandavas were in Vanaprastha. What is Vanaprastha? It is the exile to the forest. Arjuna encountered a strange composite being, which is a combination of 9 different animals. Its head is of that of a rooster, its body is that of a lion. Then it has a tail too, which is that of a snake, and it has the neck of a peacock. There is on front left leg, which is an elephant's foot, and there is a bull's foot, and also a deer's foot. Okay, and some parts of horse too. And what is the part of the human in it? Yes, there is one, which is its arm. It had a arm. Arm. What is an arm? Arm is a hand, and it holded a lotus in the hand. And Arjuna was mesmerized when he looked at it. But he equally felt frightened and unsettling to look at this complicated being. So, children, when you look at an animal or something strange, what do you feel in the initial time? Do you get frightened? Do you get mesmerized or unsettled and raise a stone to beat it? Think about yourself. Where you stand. Do you feel happy about it or you want to hurt it, thinking that it will hurt you? Such was the situation with Arjuna. He raised his bow, desiring to shoot at it, thinking that it will hurt him. This is when he hears a voice, an Ashariri. What is Ashariri? It is an anonymous voice telling what you should do. In those days, they believed in Ashariri and thought that it is for their good, kind of a foreteller. So the Ashariri told like this: what cannot exist in the human imagination can exist in the imagination of the universe. So lower your bow and submit to the animal. As Arjuna is hearing this, he sees the creature is taking the lotus, holding in its hand, and turning towards him, asking, "Don't you recognize me?" Arjuna suddenly realizes that he knows this voice. Then, do you think who it was? Yes, it was our beloved Lord Krishna. So Arjuna drops down his weapon. He bows before the Navagunjara. Yes, the animal was called as Navagunjara. What does that mean? It means Nava, 9, and Gunjara means the animal form. So realizing that it is the form of Mahavishnu. So this story can be found in Odiya Mahabharata, and it was written by Sarala Dasa in the 15th century. It is also associated with Puri Jagannath temple and can be seen in the temple art. It is interesting how a form or a being that is a composition of nine different species is considered to be divine but not a monster. It is very much in contrast with other mythology, kind of Greek mythology, where there were seven-headed snakes and a composite of lion, goat, and a snake. All of these were considered to be the immoral creatures, and they were destroyed by the Hercules and other hero figures, and in order to bring peace to the world. But in contrast to it, in Hindu mythology, so the this story signifies a different way, where it is a different picture altogether, gives you a notion that you should never have enmity towards anybody. The world is for everybody to coexist. It is not only for humans. You should not hurt anybody with respect to that of the body by hitting stones or throwing things on them, or with respect to that of the mind by scolding them or abusing them, or with respect to that of even thinking to hurt them in your mind. Okay, and we understand that by throwing stone or doing something, it will hurt it, or scolding it or disregarding it might turn sad or run away or get frightened, or it might get angry also. But if you think something bad about it in your mind, will it really affect it? If you rethink, it will not affect it, but it will affect you. Yes, yes, children. When you think to hurt anybody in your mind, it will pollute your mind. And by then, you think that there are negative neurons that get produced in the mind. Because of the negative neurons, your whole body system will get reacted, and unnecessarily all your energies will get dissipated. So, children, never think bad about others, or even do not think harm to others. So, all, even not only for other beings, but also for other things. Take care of everything around you, because human species is the highest species compared to all others. So, here, the anonymous voice was telling to Arjuna about the mind, which has the ability to handle differences, hence, not to harm the creature, but to submit to it, because it is also divine as you are. So there is divinity all around, but only that we fail to see it. So therefore, children, though you might have done it earlier or you might not have done it, please remember that we should see divinity around and never fail to accept. Hari Om.